Hey, what is up guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today guys I've got another deck profile for you. And before we get into this video guys, the list will be down in the description below so you guys can go check that out for reference. And I have like a couple proxies in here, but don't worry guys, I have that covered so you'll be able to figure it out. But this is going to be a deck list over Mega Rayquaza that features Manaphy and Glaceon, so let's go ahead and get into the list guys. And hopefully you don't hear any background noise. That's my fan going. It's extremely hot in my room, so bear with me there. But to start off guys, we of course have a 3-3 Mega Rayquaza line. I went for a little thinner line just because I have a 3-3. If you feel more comfortable playing a 4-4 line or a 4-3 line, you can definitely adjust the list and go about it that way. But the regular Rayquaza has Intensifying Burn, and if it attacks an EX, it does a total of 60 damage with a base of 10, 50 more damage, so that's going to equal 60. And then has Dragon Pulse, 100 damage. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. But most of the time, you're going to want to be attacking with the Mega Rayquaza. Now, of course, it has the evolution trait, which means that you can just evolve it right away. You don't have to wait or anything like that. Kind of a built-in Broken Time Space, if you guys remember that card. But it has Emerald Break, 30 times the number of your bench Pokemon. And so basically this deck is all about making your bench become absolutely ginormous right off the bat. Can't even talk. Woo! So basically what you're going to be doing with this deck is you're going to be cycling through your abilities using Hoopas and Shaymins to draw a bunch of cards. And just making sure you have a gigantic bench and being able to one-shot Pokemon. Just kind of overwhelming your opponent with the speed and just the amount of damage this deck is able to do. It doesn't take much to get this deck going, because once it starts hitting like Shaymins and Hoopas and you start getting the right cards you need, this deck can just start just annihilating. But I have 4 Shaymin, and that one is totally real. But we have 4 Shaymin. This is in here for the setup ability, and basically you're just going to be drawing some extra cards and fueling Emerald Break with Shaymin sitting on the bench. And so 4 of them just helps the consistency and helps you be able to do as much damage as possible. Next up, you have 2 Hoopa EX. This is in here for the Scoundrel Ring, so pretty much you can search all of these Pokemon out, and you can get up to 3 of them. So that means you can just kind of get like 2 Rayquaza, or you can just get like, let's see, yeah, you can just get like 2 Rayquaza. You can get like a Shaymin. Just like a variation, just whatever you might need at a specific time. I had to make for sure that you couldn't grab Hoopa with that, so I just wanted to make sure there. I didn't want to say you can grab Hoopa and start going again, because I know someone will be like, dude. But anyway, next up we have Glaceon. Now this is in here really kind of to counter Zoroark, I guess. Zoroark is a big deal for this deck, just because you kind of lose the trade-off. And with Crystal Ray, what it does 70, and then during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by evolution Pokemon. So pretty much you do the Crystal Ray, and they're kind of forced to Lysandre around Glaceon, or try to send something else out to attack, in which case you can just kind of resort to sending up Rayquaza again. And it just becomes like a weird thing, but pretty much Glaceon is just in here. So that way you have a way to counter Zoroark, because it can become a nuisance and just really annoy your opponent. Zoroark just, I hate going against Zoroark with this deck. But next up is the proxy card here, and it is a Manaphy EX. Hopefully you can pick that up on my camera, I'm not 100% sure. But it's the Manaphy EX with the Aqua Tube ability. Basically it is Dark Cloak from Darkrai, except for water Pokemon. Each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it has no retreat cost. That is what it is right there. So yeah, one of those. I'm sorry for the proxy, by the way. Yeah, I just couldn't find a Manaphy. But that's going to do it for the Pokemon. So next up, guys, we have the supporters. And I'm going to have to kind of talk about the supporters here a little bit. 2 Sycamore, not 4 just because you have all the abilities going. 2 Lysandre, this is really so you can pull up those Garbodor, or you can pull up those Pokemon that are going to be a huge problem to you later in the game. 2 Hex Maniac, this is specifically for Giratina, because Renegade Pulse is it's going to shut your deck down completely, so 2 Hex Maniac to kind of get around that. Next up we have Ninja Boy. Now Ninja Boy is in here so that way if you start with like a Hoopa or something like that, you can Ninja Boy, put the Hoopa back in your deck. and bring out a Rayquaza, or just some type of scenario, like, or a Shaymin. You can even do it with a Shaymin. So Ninja Boy, pretty handy card. Next up we have Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger is just really, it's again for Giratina, and that's really about it. There are some other stuff this is good against, but for the most part, the Chaos Will is the problem you're going to be running into. Just because of the fact like that you just can't do anything after they Chaos Will you. Giratina is a huge problem with this deck, but I tried to make it to where you can kind of counteract it. Counteract it? I'm making up words. It's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry. Next up, we have N. Just self-explanatory. Skyla. This is just so you can search out specific cards you need at the right time. And to kind of go along with these supporters here, guys, we have 4 VS Seeker, 4 Trainer's Mail. It's going to help you be able to grab your Spirit Links and just specific cards like maybe supporters you might need or anything like that. Ultra Ball, this is a huge card, and this is going to be like pretty much the trainer that is going to help your deck start to work and, you know, do what it needs to do, because you can start grabbing those Hoopas, you can start you know, just kind of chaining stuff and just getting things going. Next up we have 4 Puzzle at a Time. 4 Puzzle at a Time is really just in here so that way you can get your DCEs back. But you can also use these to get anything back like currently you might, you know, need or anything. Really, like if I were to say this is for anything, I would say DCE, but you can grab anything. It just depends on the situation that you're in. 3 Spirit Link. This is just obviously so you don't have to, you know, end your turn whenever you evolve into Mega Ray. 3 Mega Turbo. This is going to help you be able to get Emerald Break going in 1 turn. 2 Super Rod. This is so basically what's going to happen is they're going to try to counteract your Skyfield. You're going to have to discard stuff along with Rayquaza's getting knocked out or something, and also if you might need Glaceon again, so that way you can just kind of, you know, shuffle all these back in there. That's what that is, because I mean you're going to be getting a lot of Pokemon into the discard pile, because when you think about it, you know, they're going to like Parallel City you, or just put in another stadium, and you're going to have to discard Pokemon. Also, you can put energy back in the deck. 2 Super Rod. Obviously, this is going to transition possibly to Karen or whatever that card's called whenever it comes out. You know, I don't know. But for right now, with Steam Siege being the latest set, and we're going into the next format, just 2 Super Rods seem like the way to go. Speaking of Skyfield, we play 4 of them. This is just so you can absolutely load your bench up like crazy. You can start, you know, just doing the 8 thing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously, that's not going to be a possible field, but you never know. Giving you guys a, you know, a little bit of an idea. And with Skyfield out, if you have a full bench of 8, you're going to be absolutely destroying everything you attack. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. I think I went over 8 because, yeah. Alright, so next up we have 4 Water Energy. We do play the Glaceon in here, and we do play the Manaphy, so obviously we're going to run Glaceon. In the Magearna version, obviously you're going to probably be playing Metal Energy, but that's not the version I'm working with today. But for this version, we're playing 4 Water Energy just because of the fact we do run Manaphy and Glaceon, so obvious choice there. And to round the deck, guys, 4 DCE, obviously, because that is the heart and soul energy of this entire deck. I'm pretty sure I explained this deck kind of poorly, but for the most part, really, guys, just do a lot of damage with Mega Rayquaza. Glaceon is in here for like Zoroark or just evolution Pokemon in general, and Hoopa is just so you can start searching and chaining Pokemon, get everything you might need to be going. Shaymin, really, that is in here so that way you can start drawing extra cards. Pokemon Ranger is to counteract Giratina EX, along with Hex Maniac being able to counter the Renegade Pulse, and really that's about it, man. Like, this deck doesn't really need that much explanation because it's been around for so long, and I think that it's going to be one of the big contenders going into next format. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and subscribe for some more content. I'm going to try to have some more deck profiles for you soon. I am currently working on just a huge recording process. I've been prepping these decks and monkeying with them and making sure that they're good to go. But thank you so much for watching. You are absolutely awesome. Hope you have a fantastic day. I love you. This is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys.